Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more summoning for you guys. That's right, this time around we're going to be summoning for Rinak, who is the new limited unit that has just dropped, and boy oh boy, I am so excited to take her into RTA to see how she performs. Now, we have quite a few bookmarks, like 3,000, almost 3,900 coming into these summons. I might actually pull for multiples of her. I'm going to settle for one to start with. But yeah, this is all the result of me trying to roll for Mystic Medals, and we still don't have Boss Arunka as of summoning this in this video. You can see here her counter 29 summons left. I know I have a few Mystics here, but I want to try to save up for the guarantee pity and then just throw it all at once so that you guys can get the content that you deserve featuring Boss Arunka, right? I know I'm gonna be late to the party as per usual, sadly, but hey, it is what it is sometimes. Alright, but we did get a spark here, so maybe we don't have to go to pity for Rinak, or this is going to be her artifact, which I would actually not mind. Her artifact is really good for her. Obviously you can use Dragon King Sharoon with her, but it's not always going to happen in RTA, right? Pretty easy to make work in things like Arena and Guild Wars though, so we'll see how she plays out in those areas of content there. But yeah, let's see what we managed to get. The suspense. What is it? Is it the artifact? Is it a thief? No, it's no warrior. Okay. Wow, we're really seeing at the tail end of this summon. No, okay. Ah, there it is. We do actually get her right away. There you go, Rinak, who, yeah, has not only just steals gold, but has kind of stolen the player base as well. Everyone's been really excited to get her and to use her. Really cool design, and honestly, I love the theme she has going on with her kit and her animations. Everything just ties together perfectly. So I'm probably gonna have to buy a copy of her artifact from the powder shop, and then we'll get right into the showcase. So I'm sure you guys are dying to know what my Rinak stats are, but before we get into that, I just want to preface that I did end up plus 15ing her for the extra damage, for all the extra stats for combat readiness, pushbacks, and all that good stuff. Her damage is actually really good, especially once you start ramping up her the pilfer, right? Getting the spoils added onto her. Guys, that attack, HP, and defense are insane, especially the bulk you can get when you attack bruisers, and we'll be experimenting with that in just a second. But I did manage to pull another copy of Rinak. I went to full pity for her off a recording, and I did manage to pull another copy of her artifact. So I pulled one copy of the artifact, and I managed to get one from the shop. But yeah, here are her stats though. If you're wondering, it's 20 to 21 speed average per piece, aside from the boot, of course. And yeah, almost 2,300 attack. It's just a little bit under. I wish I got more imprints, but I don't think the attack stat really is that important, especially when you're doing the pilfer and then you're gaining the benefits, the spoils, right, of war. So the defense and health, I do like 1k defense. It's pretty nice for her to have a little bit of bulk to her, but the HP is going to be really good, just so you don't get a bunch of defense penetration units destroying her immediately, and then your opponent's getting all their stats back. 310 speed is pretty good. It's the fastest unit on my team right now. It's really helped by her high base speed. But yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into the arena showcase and see what we can get away with. Okay guys, so we're going up against a pretty interesting team because it's actually perfect for Rinak here. We're going to be fighting against a very tanky setup. Empyrean Ilanov, Blood Moon Haze, Laya, and Abyssal Yufine. In fact, my first impression here was to go for an Empyrean Ilanov of my own because it would mitigate all the damage that comes in from this right side. And then a part of me was like, you know what, I've been seeing these kind of cleave teams pop up with Rinak, and I thought might as well, why not? Let's test it out, right? So Rinak's gonna be here. She's gonna stun herself, which is gonna trigger my Dragon King Sharoon. Now, Dragon King Sharoon, I'm gonna show you her build here, because she actually gains 40% combat readiness if your team is stunned, asleep, or feared, or anything that prevents movement, right? So she's gonna push up, she's gonna cleanse the Rinak, good synergy there, but she has an S3 that defense breaks 100% of the time against knights, against soul weavers. So hopefully, we'll be able to go ahead and kind of defense break everyone on the other team and come in with our Elena. Our Elena is going to come in here with a bunch of damage. This is good of an Elena as I could get, just without min-maxing all the stats and stuff. So just kind of throwing some spare gears on. And then I really want to try to use Says to come clean up. Now, I don't know if this is really going to work. It's my first time trying this. I just threw Portrait on him. I didn't really know what else to go for. I think anything that increases damage as a percent is fine, because I think he gives himself an attack buff with his EE, right? I'm not too well versed with Says, but people were having fun with this, so I thought, let's give it a shot. Let's go for an S3 onto, ooh, who do we really want to get rid of here? Who do we want to get rid of here? I am going to decrease the combat readiness of the Empyrean Ilanov. I think that is the best way to go about this for right now. Alright, go for that, and then I have an S3. So the S3 here is going to penetrate the target's defense, and it will deal a ton of damage. So the main thing I'm afraid of right now is that the Laya's going to cut. So hopefully she doesn't. Hopefully we'll be able to get my combo off here. Don't know if it's really going to work. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Boom, good damage. Laya is going to cut. It is fine, because Dragon King Sharoon can now S3. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't push back combat readiness or anything, but, oh, it actually does. Sorry, I'm confusing her with regular Sharoon. This will push back combat readiness, which is nice. The issue is, I think Empyrean Ilanov might be able to just cut here. We'll see. That's some good damage. Push up with Elena. Yeah, we aren't able to cut because of the Abyssal Euphine. It's fine. It's fine. You guys kind of get the idea with where this is going, right? Hopefully, at least. And then we come in with an S3. So this will put unhealable and restrict. Unfortunately, the restrict couldn't have come earlier. But yeah, let's go for this. I think this is a team that's better suited for like Parsetti setups, at least for my speed tuning. My units are quite slow, honestly. I should probably just build full damage builds and then fight Parsettis. But actually, Says is gonna die, so this didn't actually work out. I thought we could do something cool. It didn't quite work out. Okay, we'll just kill the Blood Moon Haste. Cascade, by the way, gives a lot of damage to Rinok's like kind of off turns when she doesn't have her S2, S3, right? It works out quite nicely. But yeah, if you guys have gotten this setup to work, please let me know how it went and what teams you took it into and how you would fine tune this. I just tried to bring this in for fun, but yeah, it seems like it has potential. But yeah, let's go for this. Stun the Empyrean Ilanov there. We're gonna get hit by an AoE, it's all good. Abyssal Euphine is gonna be a little bit annoying. Let's go for an S2 onto the Abyssal Euphine. The unfortunate thing is that, yeah, we can't penetrate defense with Empyrean Ilanov on the other side. That's the main downside, but pushing back the Abyssal Euphine is kinda good because it does allow us to delay the inevitable, right? Dragon King Sharoon's gonna go down here. Boom, yep. And Laya gets to push up the team. Rinak is fast enough, she should still be able to go though. So we'll go ahead and use her into the Abyssal Euphine. Unfortunately, again, it can't really penetrate the defense. I'm still going to go for the Euphine because I think she's going to kill me if I don't do it. 23k HP on Rinak, by the way. Insane. Oh, look at that damage, guys. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And now, at this point, I'm going to go for the S2 again. We'll get the attack buff, we'll get the extra turn, so this is a completely failed cleave. But look at this, 3 stacks, guys, of the spoils. We're at 20, almost 27k health here. That's nutty. Okay, and look at that damage that we're doing, too. So, hopefully we don't die to Laya, right? 23k HP Laya shouldn't kill. Yeah, there you go. We actually live, and let's just go for the S3 here. So it ended up working out in our favor, sort of. Managed to salvage it just because Rinok's kit is absolutely amazing with all of that true damage, right? The 7k fixed damage onto my opponents turn after turn after turn. So, for some reason, I'm starting to find a lot more of these tankier setups in my arena matches. No longer seeing all Mort and Young Senya teams. I would like to fight a Harseti team, though. Hopefully, we can refresh into one soon enough. But, yeah, into this team here, also really tanky team, we have Bystander Hua Young. Now, the Blood Moon Haste just makes me want to bring in Empyrean Ilanov, so I am just going to go for this. Bystander Hua Young could do a lot of damage to me, but I also really want to test Rinak into Boss Arunka, just to see how fast we can kill her off. The entire team on the other side is mostly Knights and Soul Weavers too, so Dragon King Sharoon, still a fantastic option here. I just don't want her to die from Bystander Hua Young, so I'm putting Abigail into this as well as kind of a fail-safe for us. But we'll see how well that actually ends up working out. So let's go for the S2. I'm gonna get that, steal those resources there for my opponent. Look at that, 20 HP Rinak already, which is very nice. Let's go for the S3. Again, the Empyrean Ilanov is preventing me from dealing a ton of damage because of the, penetration resistance here. But it's still okay. The 7k splash damage is still gonna be nutty. Right? Oh, we do get defense broken, but thankfully we go into stealth. And at this point, oh my god, look at that. Look at that HP on the opponent's side just suddenly vanished. We'll go for the S3, try to push back everybody. Right, Empyrean Ilanov, if she pushes up, it is okay, it is fine. Right, there we go. I hope he doesn't end up killing anybody. He's going to go for Dragon King Sharoon, that's fine. I mean, we have immortality if we really need to, so yeah, we're good. Let's go for an S3. Let's just go ahead and cleanse the team of those defense breaks. That'll be very nice. Alright, and now we have Indomitable. We got a little barrier going. Yeah, once we get that immortality, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. Luckily, it didn't get proc too early. Very nice. I could S3. I don't know. This Arunka probably has enough effect resistance that it won't really matter. So I am just going to go for the S1 then. Well, hopefully that's splash damage. Oh, beautiful splash damage. Yeah. So Rinak will be able to kill. Splash damage here. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Ooh, yikes. That's a lot. Okay, so Blood Moon Haste is going to come in with the S3. It's alright, because again, Dragon King Sharoon did not have that immortality procced earlier. She did get it procced now, but let's try to go for that there. Okay, we can S2 now, and I guess I'll go for the... try to finish off the Empyrean Ilanov, I guess. Go for this. Okay, beautiful. We'll go for the S1. Empyrean Ilanov. I think I can probably try to kill off this Bystander Hua Young here. Oh, beautiful stuff. Yes, indeed. Okay, at this point, let's go for... I don't know if I can strip that Blood Moon Haste. Probably not. Probably not when he has the Indomitable up, right? So I'm just going to S1 here. Good might push. Beautiful combat readiness game. Oh, nice counter as well. Pushing up the Sharoon. Ooh, that was perfect. Let's go for the S1. Good stun. Rinak going to be able to go again. We should be able to get a bunch of splash damage off here, though. And next turn we can get another S2 off, so that's fantastic. Boom, good splash damage. Alright, did not kill, but the actual attack will. That's alright, as long as Empyrean Ilanov on my side is still alive, we're still gonna be cooking. Okay, so the S2 here, let's go for the Blood Moon Haste. Is the only unit I haven't gone for. There you go, so Pilfer, and let's just go for an S1 and finish off the Ilanov, why not? Oh, didn't quite. Let's go for the S3 here. The Curse should kill the Ilanov. And then hopefully this defense breaks the Blood Moon Haste. Oh, actually, Or's just gonna kill the Blood Moon Haste. Good job, Abigail. And there you have it, Rinak once again, just dealing so much damage. It's insane. So let's see how we fare against one of these standard Young Senya Mort teams out here. Nothing innovative on the other side. We have ML Politis here, we have Fire Flan, right? Just all the good old shenanigans. Now my Rinak should be faster than this ML Politis. I'm not really afraid of losing the speed battle. It could happen. But what I'll do is we should still be able... Whoa, actually, hang on just a second. That's a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. But we can go for the S2 into the Mort. Actually, it probably would be okay. The issue is, actually, and I want to go into the I want to go into the Flan instead. This does push back combat readiness, so... I guess we can go into the Flan and we'll have that splash damage. However, I do have Eligos here, so I think we'll be okay. We'll use the Eligos to kind of deal with the Fire Flan. We'll go for the S3, right? Do this. See how much damage we can do here. 20k HP on the Rinak already. Very nice stuff. Victorious flank. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. So, Dragon King Sharoon, again, because we're stunned, we push ourselves up. Let's go for an AoE cascade damage here. Dragon King Sharoon's AoE should push back the ML Politis as well, which allows us to... Oh, look at that. Beautiful stuff. I could honestly just finish off the ML Politis. I don't think I need to S3 here. We'll go for this. Boom. Okay. Beautiful. Let us go for an S3 here. I guess we'll try going into the Fire Flan. Let's just see if this will kill. I actually don't think it will. I think the splash damage would, right? Yeah, the cascade damage would. So let's try to kill off the Mort. Okay. And that procs the Eligos, so we kill off the Young Senya. I think that's actually pretty clean. Okay, wow, I thought he was going to have a holy sacrifice or something there. Not too shabby. I guess that could have been cleaner. I think I could have played that better. But yeah, Rinak works really well in aggressive teams. Dragon King Sharoon suddenly becoming such a good defense breaker. So apparently I ran out of flags, so I dipped into some Sky Stones, what very little I had left, to be able to continue showcasing Rinak to you guys. So if you've been enjoying this video, please do me a favor and make sure those 30 Sky Stones didn't go to waste, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also like the video because, yeah, we're gonna have plenty more Rinak content coming up, especially once we hit RTA in the coming week. Right, so Rinak here is gonna be paired with Requiem Rowana. We're gonna see if we can do something to this team, kind of hold off the Hellion Lua, right, kind of try and, you know, debuff the Shu and all that good stuff. We're also gonna use Veronica here to kind of deal with the BBK. I hope it works. If it doesn't, I'll be very sad, but ML Pera is going to be kind of a pain. We'll see what happens with her. She's kind of the wild card in this scenario. If I can reset her with Rowana, that would be ideal. But yeah, ooh, okay, we are faster than the Pera, kind of expected here, and no guiding light as well on this Hellion Lua. So we're gonna go ahead and S2 into the Pera here. I don't think I need to ignore res. The ignore res really is only for the pushback. Pilfer always lands. Oh nice, we actually did hit. That makes things a lot easier actually. So Veronica jumps up because the immortality's on the BBK here. Let's go for an S3 onto the... Let's go for the Hellion Lua. Should we go for the Hellion Lua? Yeah, I think we can deal with the Shu, right? Right? Hopefully. Hopefully we can, but let's steal the... Oh, ooh, good damage, very good damage. Let us go for a Soul Burn onto this BBK. Hopefully this ends up killing. Boom. Very nice. Okay, we do Dispel. That's wonderful. I could kill the Hellion Lua. Right, Rowana's there. Yeah, I have to kill the Hellion Lua here. There we go. She doesn't push up the team there. Rowana gets to go. I'm gonna S3 just to try to make sure the Shu can't S3 us immediately with her first turn. This should kill the BBK as well. Beautiful stuff. Okay, oh, killed the Pera too. Yeah, Cascade doing its job, guys. Look at that. Let's go for the S3. Push back the ML Shu even further. Right? And got the Cascade deal a little bit of damage. Rinak is coming back around. There we go. Let's go for the S1. Cascade again. Look at that fixed damage, guys. So strong. And that's it. That's it. Wow, Rinak just enabling so many shenanigans. Honestly, I'm so glad that she's a thing, because Ron was definitely not my style, but Rinak very much is. Okay guys, so my opponent here has a pretty degenerate team, as I sure most of you guys can agree. We have Empyrean Ilanov, so no defense penetration really. We have Basarunka, you can't hit anyone but her. We have Harsetti, you can't speed against this guy. And they have Fallen Cecilia, so no splash damage. This is terrible. This is basically a fully anti-Rinak team, right? You can't use speed on Rinak here, you can't defense penetrate Rinak, no splash damage, and the only thing you can hit is Basarunka. But we're still gonna try to make her work, okay? And what we're gonna do in this team is we're gonna use Elena here, and her ability to kind of cleanse the team is going to be very, very useful for everyone. So hopefully it will kick in here. I'm actually going to go ahead and do the attack imprint, which will help Rinok's damage just a smidge, but hopefully enough. We don't need that much resistance on Elena here because it's only a Harsetti on the other side. So she'll be able to cleanse all of Harsetti's debuffs. We have Numa Luna to seal the entire opponent team. We're going to say, hey, you know those passives that you're really relying on? How about no? Right, and we'll have a Basarunka of our own to kind of protect all the squishier units in the back, and we'll see how it plays out. If Rinak decides to go before everybody, it'll be a little bit of an issue, but hopefully not. Ooh, nice defense break, beautiful stuff. Elena does proc, but she doesn't get to push up here because of Harsetti. Oh, look at that, very good. We do get to go. Now, the issue with us going right now is that I kind of don't want to use Luna's skills yet. The rest of the team on my opponent's side still has cleansing skills, right, through like Empyrean Ilanov and such. So we're just gonna hit the Arunka. She is just gonna S3 into my Arunka. Not gonna do much here, just kind of a tank standoff. And my Arunka's gonna go ahead and do the same, I guess. We'll just S3, get a little defense buff, a little bit of a barrier going. And at this point, hopefully the Empyrean, there you go, Empyrean Ilanov just needs to go so we can use Numa Luna. She turn cycled with her S2, right? 50% combat readiness there, so we are ready. Alright, it's gonna hit the, unfortunately hitting the Ilanov. I didn't really want that, but it's okay. I don't need invincibility for the team yet, so we're just gonna hit the Arunka. And Rinak can come in here with an S2. Don't see why not, so let's go for that. We do get an extra turn. I'm not going to go for the S3 though. I just kind of want to go for an S1 here because, you know, FCC, the defense penetration, all that stuff, none of it's going to be applied here, so might as well just hold off until the next turn. So FCC is going to come in with the skill nullifier. That's fine because Numa Luna still hasn't counted yet. We'll be able to get rid of that skill null there. Or, I mean, Basarunka can also do her thing. Very, very much okay with that. Just gonna break that skill null there. God, look at that turn cycling from the Empyrean Ilanov and the Basarunka too. Harsetti is a perfect unit to use with them, because Harsetti prevents anyone from, you know, speed decrease, speed increase. None of that stuff matters when Harsetti's on the field. Everyone's at a set speed. But combat readiness gains are what set you apart. So if you're trying to out-tempo this Harsetti team, it is really, really, really difficult to do so. Thankfully, Basarunka went first, turn cycled out of her buff. Unbuffable prevented her from continuing to buff. And I think at this point I will go for the, let's go for the Empyrean Ilanov. She is really annoying to me, so let's try to get her out of my hair. There you go, boom, good damage. And I could S3, but what's really gonna happen? What's really gonna happen here, right? You know what, let's do it. Let's just S3. Just save ourselves some HP, right? Let's do this. We have an increased resist buff, which is not terrible. And it just means, and the opponent right now is sealed, so they can't push themselves up with Arunka or the Ilanov. Everyone's gonna hit the Arunka. She now has 200 resistance because of her, because of the effect res buff, which is kind of nice. I can actually dual attack here, which would be cool. Let's go ahead and dual attack. Why not? Even if we don't defense break, it's going to be decent damage for the Rinak. There you go, beautiful. Alright, and I think right now we can go for Numa Luna's S2. Again, we're trying to kill the Empyrean Ilanov as fast as possible. That's our goal. There we go. Let's go for the S2 here. Just so all that splash damage and stuff, we can try to use it to knock her out soon. I really want the defense penetration. That's how I'm gonna kill off the Fallen Cecilia. And let's go for do we go for the S3 on the Ilanov? Or do we go on the Fallen Cecilia next? I think we go into the Fallen Cecilia. I think Numa Luna should be able to finish off the Ilanov. We'll see, we'll see. Let's go for this. give Arunca a bit more bulk here to work with. Defense buff and barrier, very nice. We'll finish off the Empyrean Ilanov. Oh, that was a nice dual attack. Doesn't really help because it actually ended up biting us here. She ended up healing. And Rinak gets to go again. So let's go for an S2 into the... let's go into the Harseti. She's going to be one of the only ones left, right? We'll kill off the Ilanov with our extra turn. So we'll go for the S1 here. Boom, boom. And so we got 2 stacks of spoils. Not bad. And let's try and defense break the Arunca. Oh, didn't manage to get that. It's okay. Most Aruncas are built with a bit of resistance, right? So I'm not expecting it with my almost no effectiveness Numamuna. Okay, so at this point, Arunca still didn't have her buff because the unbuffable, even though it went away, she tries to apply buffs before the unbuffable runs out. So now at this point, I should be able to just kill by going for the Harseti. There is no defense penetration resistance now, so we should be able to deal a good chunk of damage. Yeah, look at that, 10k damage along with a 7k splash. Look at that, Rinak just putting up the middle finger to the most anti-Rinak team that's out there. Wonderful stuff. Yet again, we have another tanky team on my opponent's side. Not much to say about this one. They have Archdemon and Ruel, which is kind of cool to see. The dual attacks from Archdemon, I don't know who they're gonna bring along, but if they're tuned to bring along Arunca, it might actually be really bad for us, because that extra Rocket Punch Gauntlet damage would be pretty devastating to eat to the face over and over and over again. But anyway, we went ahead and used the S2, right? Gonna go ahead and pilfer the Arunca. Let's go ahead and just S3 her, deal some splash damage to everyone. Empyrean Ilanov is obviously going to push up, and so is the Arunca herself, but we can deal with that. There we go, we get stunned here, but it's okay. Empyrean Ilanov is on her way. Let's go ahead and not Empyrean Ilanov, sorry. The Dragon King Sharoon is on her way with an S3, and with Cascade dealing 5k fixed damage. Oh, come on. Let's do it, guys. Big damage. Not here. Not here, actually. Big damage now. Boom. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. So, unfortunately, we did get sealed on our Dragon King Sharoon. She got countered by the Archdemon, which I did not expect to happen. We should still be able to turn cycle through, though. It should be fine. Right, there we go. He is going to revive. He's going to bring back the boss Arunca, but the good thing about this is they don't have the buff yet. So we can finish off the units like Archdemon, we can even try to kill the Ruel here, and we should be good. I am going to go for an S3 because we have the Cascade buff. Might as well deal that fixed damage to everyone. So let's do it. Good. And then he can't seal us here, so that's fantastic. Boom, look at that extra damage. So Archdemon went down, Ruel actually took quite a beating. Arunca's gonna come into mine, and it's not gonna deal all that much. So we're good, we are good. Let's go for, that'd be a waste of an S2 here, right? Because you can't pilfer the same enemy more than, oh wait, can you? Can you? Hang on. I didn't try this. I didn't think to try this. Does it work? No, it does not. Okay, because I was pretty sure that you can only do it to one enemy at a time. I read that somewhere. I thought I read it somewhere. Anyway, that's okay. It was worth a shot. We have our S3 back up on the next turn, so we're all good. Wow, it's a good chunk of damage there. I don't think this Arunca has a lot of health, so we're in the clear. Let's see if we can stun. No stun. Dragon King Sharoon hopefully cycles out of her seal, because honestly, it's really, really bad for us right now. Let's go for the S3. We are sealed as well, but it's okay. This should give us a good chunky defense buff and a nice barrier to boot. There we go, nice. Eat a counterattack to the face, don't really like that. But Rinak now back again. We can S3 here. This should kill. And then we have what? Silver Sage Vivian coming up with her turn. Oh, that counter's gonna hurt. That counter's gonna hurt. Okay, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is soul burn this. I can hit twice. Right, because I do have, there you go, look at that. Beautiful stuff. can hit twice there, dealing a lot of damage to the Empyrean Ilanov, and now Dragon King Sharoon finally turns cycles out of her seal. That's her main weakness, honestly, but here we go, finishing things off with our Sylvan Sage Vivian. But with that being said though guys, let me know what you think of Rinak in the comments section down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.